Hi, this is Dr. Tejinder Sodhi from Washington State, and I'm co-founder of Ayush Herbs in the United States as well as in India. The concern I have is we're going to be talking about Ayurvedic medicine for pets today. Ayurveda has been a prime medicine in the subcontinent of India. Uh, I think people do ask, what is Ayurvedic medicine for pets? For long ago, almost 5,000 years ago or more, Ayurveda has been a medical science rooted in ancient India. Its purpose is to heal and maintain the quality and longevity of the life. The Ayurvedic medicine, though, primarily was designed to encompass in human beings and is all about the lifestyle. It has been used exclusively in animal world, in farming, horses and elephants. Idea of Ayurveda is harmonizing a lifestyle with two animals' individuality or prakriti, which is a innate given thing. And everybody, including human beings, have a well-built thing called prakriti. It embraces all healthcare disciplines in Ayurvedic medicine. When Ayurveda is taught in India, it has a lot of classification of itself, and whether it is about the surgery, internal medicine, the psychosomatic or psychology or sexuality, and major part of rejuvenation. We pretty much virtually can all translate those things in animals. The main encompass of the premises of Ayurveda is based on the lifestyle, dietary changing balance in the life, and trying to find a balance where you can promote the healing. The Ayurveda is based on three theories or three humors called Vata, Pitta, Kapha. These are psychosomatic biological constitutions of an individual. Primarily, the Vata determines, well, the three humors determine how we have our life, our body structures, our diseases, and how you balance them. So I'm going to go in brief talking about how the Ayurveda works, and then I will talk about how to encompass all the Vata, Pitta, Kapha, the pathophysiology or physiology of it. Ayurveda primarily, like any holistic modality, wants to find out the root cause. What it works up front, and in a way, you find out where the root cause of the disease is. And honestly, if there's any pain, the doctor will try to find out the source of pain. And sometimes it's very obvious and sometimes it's not. Once you find out it's very clear what the source of it is, we will try to promote the balance of the patient. For example, if you have a dog in pain because there's full body rash or dermatological condition, it will be a pitta disorder in Ayurveda. Ultimate goal of that is to heal that element, to help heal back to a pre-injury or quality of life wherever it's possible. Technically, Ayurveda first addresses the cause of disease, while of course maintaining and managing the symptoms, following up with the disease improves to improve and promote and tonify health function to prevent further damage or imbalances. Sometimes this is also called as removing the impure and support the normal. What are the three body humors or body types in humans as well as in pets? People do ask me whenever they do an Ayurvedic consult, can you do body type my animal? Can you do diagnosis based on three body humors? It seems like, yes, we could, but sometimes it gets a little bit technical. In humans, when we look at the physical attributes of the person, we also do a tongue and pulse diagnostics, which you know how challenging it could be in an animal world. Vata is primarily space and air. It is related to the movement, the circulation. When we look at the Vata patient or Vata animal or Vata body type, it is the very lean, it's sleek, and it has quite a bit energy of movement. They have a mental quickness. They learn very quickly. They are the thinnest or slimmest of all three body types. They're very flexible. They're highly intelligent. They are very excitable, lively, and fun personalities. Uh, if we see an imbalance in Vata, you will have something related to the nervousness, anxiety, hyperactivity. Uh, they lack the mental focus. There are some digestive issues. They do have a rough and dry skin. They do tire easily. They do tend to have some muscle and joint problems, irregular heart and irregular rhythms of the heart, some neurological disorders. As I was talking about, the Vata is related to the movement. So most common disorders we'll be seeing will be where the body requires the circulatory things, where the movement is required, blood flows, airflow, like lung diseases. So if we have an imbalanced Vata, those things primarily or predominantly will be affecting those things. And if we balance those things, those could be helping us to balance the Vata. Pitta is, in my opinion, and Ayurvedic opinion, designed for bodies fire, which has to be directly or indirectly related to the body's metabolic and enzymatic system, endocrine system. Pitta pets are built as a medium physique. They are very strongly built. They are very sharp-minded, good power concentration, and they're very focused, very assertive, very self-confident, sometimes to the point of aggressiveness and demanding. They do like competitive edge and enjoy challenge. They do have a strong digestion, strong appetite. They will, because they're very demanding and pushy, they do get irritated easily. They like to be in command and in charge. When under stress, they do get very irritated and angry. People find, sometimes we find them in exam rooms to be very stubborn and pushy. They do have a good leadership abilities, usually act as the leader of the pack, subject to mood swings and impatience and angers. Imbalance, aggression, easily irritated, excessive thirst. Because of the heat and fire, they tend to lose weight faster. They will have a lot of hot rashes, inflammatory skin disease, pyodermas. And when it comes to the GI or gastrointestinal things, they tend to have some ulcerations of the GI or gastrointestinal tract. So hot sensation in the stomach and intestines. They tend to not sleep well. Their eyes could be red hot and prone to conjunctivitis type of diseases. The kapha, in my mind, is structure where like air, or the vata was circulation, the pitta was your metabolic and endocrine system. Kapha gives you a structure, your muscles, your bones. So it's more closely related to the earth. These animals are well built, heavy set. They are very easygoing. They are very relaxed. They're slow paced. They take things at their own pace. Very affectionate, loving, like your big fat golden, who always wagging their tail. They probably don't care about who you are as long as you are petting them and feeding them. They are very strong and sturdy. Like I said, they're heavier built. They're very slow to learn, and they never forget. So whatever they get grasp in, they will never forget. They tend to have very long-term memory. Their eyes are like, you look at the world's puppy eyes, they look very soft and you can just fall for them. Most common thing what these heavy dogs tend to have will be suffering because of their so sluggish metabolic activities, it will be like a hypothyroidism. They are merely self-sufficient. They always need some kind of love and assurance that you could do it, but they're always calm. They tend to be possessive, and they don't like cold and damp weather. Unbalanced, basically because they don't like cold, and if they are imbalanced, they will have a cold. They will have nasal congestion, respiratory diseases, allergies, weight gain, stubbornness. They are always showing lethargic attitude, and to top it off, they don't have good digestion. If they're exposed to variation of the diets, they tend to have some GI issues, gastrointestinal issues, or digestion issues, and they do always look depressed. I think my forte would be to talk about what wonderful herbs do we have in Ayurveda. And my favorite one I'm going to talk about is called an ashwagandha. Very commonly seen in arid areas of India. It basically is a powerful adaptogen. Botanical name is called Vidania somnifera. The most common thing what we have used in my practice is for helping to maintain calmness in animal. Chinese equivalent will be to maintaining a Shen, so it really helps to maintain sleep. Ashwagandha is the biggest stress reducer product I've seen. It helps with any new transition, new adaptation, or new adopting animals, travels, including some chemotherapy stress. What I find that ashwagandha has helped animals who are old bones, who cannot settle down all night long. They turn and toss, they find a comfort spot, and then they won't feel comfortable and then go up and go around. Ashwagandha really helps them to have a good sleep. Ashwagandha, when these animals who are that debilitated, helps them to restore the muscle balance because of a powerful anabolic steroidal lectin they have, which equals to your anabolic steroids in humans without having a negative side effect of the anabolic steroids. So it maintains the positive protein metabolic activities, and so you will maintain muscle mass. It helps to have healthy bones, muscles, joint. Not mentioned in slide 8 is that it also has a heme protein, so it helps with the non-degenerative anemias in cats and dogs too, which I normally use in a lot of cats which has a non-degenerative anemia because of the chronic renal failure. It really helps to be using, like my age, when we feel that your cognitive declined, helping with the cognitive dysfunctions or sundowner syndrome, where you feel like that you are lost in your own home. Ashwagandha really, really helps to put that thing back in there, or at least give you some support with it. It is a powerful adaptogen, so it works synergistically with a lot of other herbs. One caution though, it does potentiate the phenobarbital barbiturates. If you're doing any anti-seizure medication, especially phenobarbs, you want to have periodically check the phenobarb level and liver values. It's just a caution. I've not seen anything, but generally, it really helps to monitor the phenobarb levels. So if the animal gets too sleepy or dopey, I think it will be adjusting the phenobarb rather than adjusting the ashwagandha. The typical doses is about 30-pound dog would be about 500 milligram twice daily or once daily, depending on how you feel it's adjust. It does have a wide range of dose adjustments, and I have given even a lot higher doses. So I think once we're working with a veterinarian, or if you're working with a veterinarian, it will be nice to tailor it to the need of the animal. In fact, if once a day to twice daily, up to 3 times daily, could be given on the animals who need all this help. Like I said, ashwagandha is a very good adaptogen in any chemotherapy or cancer therapies. So that is my go-to herb. Second product I'm going to talk about is called Boswellia serrata or frankincense. It is a plant resin which is used as an incense. It's oil-based resin, which needs to dissolve it to get the proper product out of it. One thing, find that a lot of these herbal products have a tremendous power to heal, and most often we don't know the potential of it. The Boswellia is a powerful anti-inflammatory product. It's known that when we're using a common non-steroidal anti-inflammatory products or steroidal anti-inflammatory product, there are bound to be some side effects. If, for example, corticosteroids, when we use them for anti-inflammatory purposes, the biggest thing would be, yes, a lot of thirst, a lot of peeing, long-term use, liver problems, the Cushing-Gott syndrome, as well as diabetes and muscle loss, and not to mention the gastric ulceration. When we're using a non-steroidal product, similarly, we have liver issues, kidney issues, GI bleed, gastrointestinal bleeds. Whereas Boswellia could be used safely to meet or compete with those traditional products. It has a certain mechanisms of working. Obviously, the cycle of inflammation, whether it's through the prostaglandin cycle or leukotriene cycle or thromboxane metabolic activities. I know some more chemotherapy, more chemistry than we want to talk about in a certain presentation. But my premises of making these 2 points is that when we're dealing with inflammation, we have different ways of dealing with it. And the Boswellia helps with soft tissue inflammation as well as bony inflammation. So it could be likewise used for Crohn's disease or inflammatory bowel disease, as well as an osteoarthritis, without having the negative side effect of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. The common doses for the product will be 300 milligram per day, twice daily, and 150 milligram if you're using a standardized extraction like a boswellic acid. Curcumin, most common herb or spice used in Indian cooking. It derives its name from Curcuma longa, which is for turmeric plant. It's a rhizome or root. The dark yellow pigment is a phenolic compound or coloring agent, which is curcumin. And that is the most powerful product, which is used for inflammation, liver issues, GI ulcerations, cancer, chronic pain. There's multiple pathways. Curcumin supports inflammatory pathways. In cancer, for the cancer angiogenesis pathways, where you want to stop the production of new blood vessels, and detox ways or detoxification ways. One thing I found also out that curcumin is a very powerful neuroprotective. So we have used it a lot in our clinic for the purposes of some neuro patients or neurological patients, disc patients, or other issues. Curcumin is well absorbed by using some medium chain triglycerides or MCT, or oil-based or fat-based product, along with the piperine or piperlongum. So you make sure when you get the curcumin that it is of a good quality product, not only that it also has a source of medium chain triglycerides, oil or coconut-based product, and curcumin. The dosing on this one based on the body weight. If you're using a powder product of plain curcumin, it will be probably about 1/4 of a teaspoon for 10 to 30 pound dog, twice daily mixed with the food. Proportionally can go up high for 1/2 teaspoon, 30 to 60 pound dog, and higher. The horses, probably 2 teaspoons twice daily. I always warn my clients that it is a strong pigment. If you accidentally have a spill on the carpet, don't use any carpet shampoos or soap solutions on, because you will leave a permanent mark on it. It should be probably cleaned with the warm water and let the sun light take care of it. It will fade away. Curcumin is an amazing product. A final product I'm going to talk about would be a most favorite product we grew up with called neem. It is a tree commonly found in warm, arid climates. Neem has been a product which has been used extensively for a lot of things. Whether we talk about dentifrice, toothpaste, soaps, shampoos, antibacterial things, skin lotions. I feel like we grew up with the neem, chewing up neem sticks for our teeth purposes. It's a very popular herb. Any single superlizations we use to wash with the neem powder, neem soap, or neem decoctions. Simply put, this is a product which could be used in any infection, any skin issues, or any skin inflammations. Topical use is a neem oil, which is from the neem seeds. Is helped with rashes. It has helped us with the topical skin parasites, flea, tick, mosquito bites. But I would normally recommend people to use neem with a little bit of caution on the topical skin, to avoid the areas where the animals, dogs or cats can lick. If you are using a proper neem oil, you might want to dilute it with a sesame oil or coconut oil. So it does work, but it's not as strongly causing any issues with it. Internally, we use neem fractions, which are based on the fact the neem has leaves and bark extractions, and we could use for a lot of intestinal things, skin things, infections. It really helps to promote healthy gut biome and kill some pathogenic bacteria. I think the topic of Ayurvedic medicine will not be complete without discussing if there is any side effect of any Ayurvedic product or any Ayurvedic herbs. If used properly, I would not see there's any issues. Ayurveda is based on polypharmacies or polypharmaceutical approach, where you combine multiple herbs to balance the negative of other herbs. But there are some very strong single element of the single products which you could be giving. What I find most common thing would be that herbs do tend to have taste, aroma, and pungentness to it, which makes it a little bit harder for clients to give them or have animals ingest it. You have to be creative about it. That's the most common side effect I find it. But again, technically, if you find that your certain herbs have not agreed with your pet, there could be some nausea or diarrhea or vomiting, not specific to any herb. It could be how they were administered or given. But if there's a reason for it to be worried or concerned about, I think I will have a discussion with the local veterinarian or your health prescriber to see if there's any other way you could give these products. Like I said, this most common thing what I see is will be administration of the products, and it does get tricky, including my own pets, what we have on my own dogs. That it is challenging, but my pet owners, our clients, are very adaptive, and they have given me very helpful clues all along my professional life of 42 years. I hope this helps. Thank you for sharing your time with us and listening to me. All right. Thank you.